The story of the rise of any world power has never been complete with an overly powerful military, be it the Spanish Armada or the might of British and French militaries during the early modern era. Military prowess is something countries cannot compromise on. However, if the leadership is not far-sighted enough, they can compromise the military aspect and thereby the whole country. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Sanbir, and in this video, I will tell you how Xi Jinping's flawed foreign policy has made sure that China cannot produce new jet engines and warships for a long time to come. Let's begin. There is little denying the fact about how fragile the Chinese weapons industry is. The whole Chinese weapons industry is based on two facets, or pillars if you might call them. One, stealing technology from countries like Russia, Israel, and all that they can lay their hands on. And two, mass-producing weapons based on stolen weapons technology. While this may have been a viable method for Beijing in the past, given the increasing international isolation China is now facing, it has become incapable of producing any new jet engines and warships. According to a new analysis from a US think tank, China's reliance on high-tech imports and projected workforce shortages in the next decade are two major impending weaknesses for the country's defense industry. Researchers at the RAND Corporation state that additional flaws included a lack of transparency in the vast state-owned conglomerates in various areas including education, raw materials, advanced components, and intellectual property. China is believed to be dependent on the US and its allies, according to the research.
Hey, it's me, Atul. I started this channel. We started small, we went big. Suddenly, the whitey police was after us. We dodged and ducked, but the algos got us really bad. So we designed our own app. It's free. We never asked for money, we never will. But the droid called us too sensitive and blocked us. We still have an Apple app. Join us and fast, because if you don't, we will cease to exist. Check out the link in the description.
According to the paper, China is reliant on the United States and its allies for 5 minerals required by the defense industry. According to the research, China is also reliant on Russia, Ukraine, and France for aircraft and naval engines, which accounted for the majority of Chinese arms imports between 2015 and 2020. The report, titled Assessing Systemic Strengths and Vulnerabilities of China's Defense Industrial Base, was commissioned by the US Congress and completed in October 2021. It clearly lays bare the vulnerabilities of Beijing's military, given it cannot produce any new jet engines and warships in the face of increasing competition with almost all world powers. Because the defense industry is at the heart of Russia's economic growth and foreign policy, it is carefully guarded. Yet, according to a research published last year by Boston-based cybersecurity technology firm CyberReason, a threat actor suspected of acting on behalf of Chinese state-sponsored interests was discovered targeting a Russian defense contractor working on nuclear submarine designs for the Russian Navy. Not only this, many such instances have been recorded over the past many years. According to the South China Morning Post, military analysts in China think that the communist nation's ambitions to arm its most advanced fighter jet with high-tech weapons have not been able to become a reality because of its underpowered engines. You see, Chinese engineers have struggled for years to produce engines powerful enough to allow the J-20 to reach its peak performance and match the likes of the US F-22. In such a situation, how can they think of a military-industrial complex that can be independent and confident enough to build quality tech on its own? The fact is that Beijing is at odds with all the countries it has sought help from with providing components and technological know-how. Be it Ukraine, due to China's flip-flops in the Ukrainian crisis, or Russia, or losing markets that exported parts like France and other US allies. They have all rejected China due to Xi Jinping's larger brutish foreign policy. In the next 10 years, dropping birth rates and a diminishing workforce, according to the report, might harm China's economy and defense sector growth, with evidence that the defense industry may struggle to attract and retain educated people. All in all, losing allies, business partners, and a stagnated weapons industry will make sure that China cannot produce new jet engines and warships for a long time to come.